Hi, welcome to Donna Bear's Dime, where we like to share ideas on how to save time and money to live a better life. Today we're going to continue with our quarantine ideas, and I'm going to make a spring turkey. Typically I do this in the summertime. This is a turkey that I've had since Thanksgiving. I typically get one either free at the grocery store during Thanksgiving time, or I get one from work also. So I think this is the work one. I usually do this in the summer, but since I've got the time and I've got no place to go, I figured I'd do it now. So here is my turkey. And I usually grill part of it, and then I'll roast part of it and make a turkey soup and some broth with the remaining portions of it. So first we need to thaw out your turkey. Make sure that you pull out the neck, which is usually in the bottom of the bird. And then you also need to make sure that you pull out the little bag of giblets that are in there also. You can fry these up, whatever you want to do with them. I don't typically use them, but I do use the neck to make broth for my gravy. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off the legs and the wings. In the summer, I like to grill these, or you can also smoke them if you have a smoker. And that way, I'm not feeding that many people, so we're not going to have roasted turkey like for all week. So this gives a little bit of a different taste and flavor with it. Really, with turkey, you can do anything you can do chicken with, so it's very versatile. But see, I'm not too great at cutting the legs and the wings off, but try it. You get better at it. I only do it 2 or 3 times a year, so I'm not that great, but just make sure that you cut all the skin around it, and then sometimes you have to break that joint to get it separated from the bird. And what I did this time, since the day that I wanted to grill, it was not very nice out, so I did the legs and the wings in the oven instead of on the grill. I just put the normal spices that I put on when I'm grilling it into the oven. And also with this bird, I cut the wings and the legs off, and I also cut it in half to get the breast portion of it roasted and the back portion of it. This is the first time I've ever done it. And if you like the turkey skin that you get off the Thanksgiving bird, this is a great way to get a lot more skin, because normally when you do the Thanksgiving turkey and you do the whole thing, the bottom skin isn't crispy and it is kind of mushy. But the way I did this, it had skin the whole on both sides. If you wanted to go further with this, you could cut some pieces of the breast out of it and either cook it or refreeze it, like chop it up and use it for stir fries later and put it into individual packages. I've done that before. And then use the rest of the carcass for broth. See, here's my legless and wingless turkey. Get it ready to go into the oven. And I'm going to brush melted butter over the entire turkey. You see, I have it cut in half and put it on a wire rack in my pan. I'm going to bake this at 350 degrees. It took quite about half the time as it normally takes a turkey, like if you do it in the full way. So I would probably look at it after an hour and then wait until the little done button pops up, or check the temperature of it. And then for this time, I'm going to put my Slap Your Mama Cajun seasoning over it. And remember, this has quite a bit of salt in it, so if you are using it, you don't need to put any further salt. I'm also going to put the normal spices that you put on turkey, some sage and some thyme. And while this is baking in the oven, I'm going to make my stuffing from leftover buns. So I'll leave a link to the video in the description box so you can check that out. It makes a really good side dish and gets rid of some of the leftover stale buns that are in your freezer or your refrigerator. Okay, we'll put this in the oven. I have my turkey neck and just a little bit of a skin that I pulled off, and I'm going to put a little bit of sage and a little bit of thyme and some salt into my water. Just cover it, bring it to a boil, cover it, and let it simmer for about 20 minutes. Turn the heat off. And here's my chicken. See, look at all that beautiful skin. You get the whole bird with all that nice brown chicken. And here's my drippings for my gravy. I'm going to use the drippings plus some of the broth that I made with my neck bone, and about 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. I like to use cornstarch. Some people like to use flour. I prefer cornstarch. It makes it it's smoother, I guess, to me. So put in enough water just to make it into a nice, not really a paste, but just enough to dissolve it all. And you're going to bring the broth and the drippings kind of to a boil, turn it down, and then we're going to add our cornstarch mixture. And I use a whisk to make sure that I can get it all whisked in and you don't have any lumps. And just slowly pour it in and whisk it. You could also use canned chicken broth if you wanted to make some gravy. It makes a good side dish. And there you can see it's thickened up. And I'm going to serve my turkey with the normal sides. I made some mashed potatoes, and then I have my stuffing from my buns and just some corn for the side. So there's meal number 1. And then after we're done with dinner, I pulled off all of the turkey, put the turkey carcass back into my crock pot. I had some leftover celery and onions that I threw in there, and turn it on high for about an hour, and then turn it on low for overnight. So this has been boiling for probably about, 8 hours or so. Pull all the big chunks out, and I'm using this broth for, I think, for the next weekend. I'm going to make some turkey and noodles, so I'll make a video on that with my homemade noodles. So that's what this broth is going to be used for. And then I think I had enough for a small container, and then my big container for my turkey and noodles. And then here's the rest of the turkey that I pulled off, and chicken broth for my turkey soup that we're going to make next. And this is going to be a turkey vegetable soup or a refrigerator clean out soup, and definitely was a refrigerator clean out soup for me today. So here's my chicken, or my turkey, and my turkey broth. I'll put that into my crock pot. I had some leftover corn that my son didn't eat, some random carrots. There's more leftover corn. And then I also had some leftover tomato soup that we didn't eat yet. I'm going to cut up 3 potatoes. You could do more or less. Usually I like to use a bag of mixed vegetables, but I did not have those, so that's why I used the leftover corn, and I didn't have any peas, but you can really put any vegetables in here. My mother-in-law puts in broccoli because she likes broccoli and doesn't like peas. So whatever you have in the fridge, if it's a vegetable, cut it up into little pieces and throw it in. And here's my potatoes. I'm just cutting them up into small pieces so that they can get done. And then cut up my little random carrots that I found in the refrigerator. I'm going to put a can of green beans. And then I'm also going to slice up some cabbage to put in there. You can see there's the turkey. And you could put carrots, or you could put tomatoes in here. You can I know my grandma always put in beans. And so really whatever you have in the refrigerator, throw it in here. Sometimes I put in V8 to make it more of a tomato broth. But there's that, and then I put some pepper on it just to season it up a little bit. So I hope you enjoyed the video of my turkey soup and my freezer clean out. Please consider subscribing to our channel and hit the like button so that other people can find our videos. So please enjoy the soup. Have a great day. Thanks. Bye.